Here's my 2015 Chevy Suburban. The last video I did was putting on Cadillac Escalade towing, well, mirrors, regular Cadillac Escalade mirrors for towing. It's really good improvement. But this video is not about that. This video is about this. So now that I have like 60,000 miles on this thing, I've got my armrest is coming out. I didn't see any videos online about how to fix this. I didn't even see the clips for sale, so figured I'd make a video to help out anybody who's dealing with this. So I'm going to pull this thing off and try to figure out a way to solve this. Okay, use something like this to grab in the corner right here of this little piece. It's got a little corner in it. Grab that little corner right there, pop this out. Down in here, it's a little corner right there. You pop it out. There's two little screws in there, one screw in there, and then all you got to do is yank like hell. You just pull it really hard, like you grab it down here and pull it. So I've yanked it, and there's a bunch of clips. These were the hardest ones to pull out, is across the top here. Pull all the, you just kind of yank on that real hard, yank on this. As long as you got those screws out, it's just muscling it out. You just grab it really hard. Then this, you know, you got to pull this through. That's easy. Just lift it up, and then you disconnect this right here. See? Like that. Then you unplug this guy. Let's see. Well, I'll do it, and then I'll get another video because I got to use both hands. All right, here it is. I just pulled these off right here. Let's take a look. There's a little clip right here. Just pull, to pull off this insulation. And here's why they don't sell the clips online. I couldn't find them. It's just, they're melted in there. So it looks like the armrest fits on the backside and they just melt it in. So I think what I'll try, let me give you a better look at this thing. I think I'll try just throwing screws in it and see if that fixes it. So if you see right there, it's just broken. This armrest, those plastic pieces, this is the armrest here, and this is the door panel. And the pieces are just broken. So I think I'm going to throw screws and try to get them right into that plastic right there and see if that at least holds for a few years. This car's like 6 years old now. But I'm always like lifting myself up with this armrest. Like I put my arm hard, my elbow hard into this, and I shift my seat around and stuff. So that's why it broke, I think, is I'm pushing on it pretty hard. But that's what I can think of as a way to fix it. Oh look, it's even cracked right there. That's from my elbow pushing down in there. There's a crack in the plastic. Maybe I'd fill it with fiberglass or something. That might do it too. You know, like the fiberglass mat, I could run it over this and around here and just kind of fill all this in, make it really strong and get down in all these cracks. Maybe I'll try that. So I thought of a few different ways of solving this. One way is this. We'll see if this works. I just took a piece of wood, kind of cut it down to about that shape. Stuck it in here. And I think if I maybe throw some screws in here, because there's a little lip right there, or I glue it in there. Maybe I just glue it in there. We'll see, but that's the point I'm at right now. Only took a few minutes to cut that thing up. Just kind of cut it to length and then drew some lines on it and cut the notches out. Cut it here, just kind of shaved a little off here. You know, it's rough, but it's just supposed to support the back of that because it's cracked in multiple places on the bottom of this armrest. So that's where we stand right now, and we'll see how it goes. All right, here's what I did. I'll tell you before I get too far. I took fiberglass resin and I put it between the piece of wood and the bottom of there, and then I threw some screws in here at an angle, at a sharp angle, so they're like at 45s going into here, into this piece of wood. Then I folded the fiberglass over the top of this, and now, so the fiberglass is between the piece of wood and the, sorry, my glove is stuck. So between the piece of wood and the bottom of there, there's a piece of fiberglass, this stuff, and I put it between there and then up around here, put screws underneath here, and now I'm just putting another layer on top to kind of strengthen it up a little bit. You know, this stuff is super strong when it dries. It's like really hard. So I just thought, and it's a cheap resin. You know, most resins you get a little tiny bottle for $18, like stuff like that resin, you know, like 2-bottle resin. But this stuff is like 16 bucks and it's a lot of resin. You just need like 15 drops of hardener per ounce. So I just took a paper plate and I weighed out an ounce, just 1 ounce of resin. And then I put in, you know, like 15 drops of hardener, mixed it up like this. And then you just kind of pour it over the top of what you're working on, trying to be sure you don't get any, you know, resin on the back side. Let me see it. See, I got no resin. I didn't spill any through the thing, but it's not coming apart. It's screwed back together. So, I don't know. I'm just gonna let that dry for 8 hours and put it back together. I'm thinking it'll work. All right, here's the next day. So, I stuck that piece of wood in there, and then I put then I put fiberglass between here and here, between the wood and the bottom of this. And then I wrapped it up over the top of this, and I threw some screws at like a 45-degree angle in from the plastic down into the wood. And then I fiberglassed this area. Fiberglass is really stiff and not flexible. Like plastic is usually really flexible, like it moves a little bit. And this is really stiff and it likes to crack if it's moved. So I'll let you know how it goes. Hopefully it doesn't crack. Maybe I should have used something more flexible. I'm sure there's 100 different ways to solve this problem, but this is what I chose to do, and maybe it'll help you, because I couldn't find anything online with people describing this problem. So I thought, well, let me post how I fix it, and maybe you guys come up with a better way to fix it. I'm sure there's 100 ways to fix this this problem. But I'm going to show you the other side. So it no longer, you know, has a gap. You can't push it apart anymore. It used to be able to, that would come apart and you could see through there. And this was also giving, like right here. It used to give, and now it doesn't give anymore. So hopefully it lasts a while. We'll see. I'm going to put it back on. Oh, one thing I didn't mention when I took off the door panel is there's 2 screws there. There's a screw there. And there's two more screws down here under the bottom. And then when you're putting it back together, make sure that all of these are still in place. I see I've got one that broke. So I went to AutoZone and got some universal ones. So I'll just put it in there to fix the one that broke. But I think you can probably get by with only with one missing. It'd probably be okay. But that's it. I'm gonna go stick it back in. Okay, it's all done. There's a little bit of water on here. That's just for me washing it. But it's back to tight. I'm gonna pushing on it. It's not moving. Looks like it's working. So, you know, screw there, 2 screws there, and 2 screws down there. And then yank it off real hard. These upper clips are really hard clips, but they come off. Just yank on it hard enough.